Welcome to this week's episode of Fit and Well with FWA, where we tackle some of the many issues and topics and tips and all sorts of good things related to fitness and overall wellness for life. I am so excited to be back with you this week talking about probably one of my favorite things, walking. I love to walk. We'll get into my daily walk routine as we chat a little bit more. But moreover, I love introducing and sharing walking with my client group. So on Facebook, I have a Fit Club group, and we have monthly challenges related to walking. So maybe about 2 years ago, I decided to start walking every single day because I knew during the height of COVID back in 2020, I found many personal benefits from walking every single day and never really put a challenge to it, never really shared it with other people. It wasn't something that I was really tracking, but it was something that I knew. I mean, we had nothing else better to do. It was the only way to leave the house. And of course, with having a dog, I was walking regularly anyway. But I noticed when I did more than one walk a day, I felt really awesome. So in 2021, I think, I sort of just put this out there on social media. I think I did it on Instagram where I said, hey, I'm going to try this walking everyday thing. And because I love a good challenge and I like to have kind of a lofty aspiration, my goal was a 5K every day, to walk or run or jog or some combination of those things, to walk a 5K a day. And I did it for 30 days and I noticed some pretty awesome benefits. And as I dug a little bit deeper into the science behind walking every day, I found that I'm not the only one that got results like that. So I set forth to do it again and again and again. And it has now been almost 2 straight years of walking every single day. And I've taken some people along that ride with me, and I would love to take you along for that ride if you are interested in joining the walking challenges. So for example, this month, February 2023, we're doing 10,000 steps a day. And you've probably heard of that challenge, 10,000 steps a day. If you have a Fitbit or an Apple Watch, a lot of times they will make your daily goal 10,000 steps a day. But I was really astonished to find from, I think this was from the Harvard School of Public Health, published that most people, most adults, male, female, trans, whatever they identify as, got an average of about 4,800 steps a day. And those who managed 10,000 steps a day or more started seeing really good results. Now let me add, if you are going from very minimal steps a day, like barely moving, if you have a job that you're sitting a lot or you're driving a lot and you find yourself sitting more than you are standing, more than you are walking, any little bit is gonna be helpful. Any little bit, you're gonna see changes. But take people with relatively good overall fitness, pretty healthy, pretty well, 10,000 steps a day was where they started seeing some different changes. So here are 5. I'm going to share 5 kind of surprising benefits that I found once I've dug a little bit deeper into walking daily. Daily walking. Why every day? I know that there are many different opinions out there about what constitutes a healthy week, and it's something like 150 to 180 minutes of exercise. Now you might be able to accomplish that in 3 days a week. 3 days a week, you work out, fine, you feel good. But what if you started to do something daily? We know with strength training, you could strength train daily, but you shouldn't shouldn't strength train the same areas every single day, because you'll start to minimize the effects and not see as many results. But if you did something small, something light to moderate every day, it will start to compound on itself every single day, leading to the same measurable effects as if you went for 3 sessions, kind of moderate to intense. Now, this is not a blanket statement for everybody. I will say this until the end of time. Your plan should be pretty individualized. Everybody's fitness, wellness plan should be individualized. I cannot tell you how many people reach out to me asking for suggestions in my inbox of how they can be more fit. And I'm like, okay, it would be a disservice. It would be going against every certification I've ever completed to just randomly fire away different things that you could potentially do, because your level of fitness is different, your nutrition is different, your medical clearance is different. Everybody's a little bit different. But I think everybody can start somewhere, and majority of the population could and should start with walking. Walking can get you from 0 to 60 a lot faster than you think. I've been teaching fitness for 14 years. And in the last 2 years, the thing that moved scales, and not just weight scale, but moved fat loss, moved creativity, moved overall better health for me, is walking. And I'm somebody that has done pretty intense workouts. Moderate walking has improved, has made my life better. And I like a moderate to intense workout, but daily walking has improved my life. And I just want to share that with everybody. I want everybody to understand the benefits of walking. So here are 5. I think you could probably assume that some movement is better than no movement. So any movement that you're doing, any routine, any exercise is probably going to be better than doing nothing at all. So that's not a surprising benefit of walking and walking daily. You know that if you're going to try something, if you're going to do any little movement, you're going to see some results, right? But daily walking is going to produce amazing results. The first one, and this was, I'm calling it surprising, unexpected. Walking boosts creativity. It is a moment for me, and I will admit, because I've been doing it every single day, and I do have challenges that vary month to month with my Fit Club group, I have had a few walking moments and walks where I've taken a call or worked on editing a document or emailed. I have done a little bit of work in those times. I try really hard to make the walking time not working time. I try not to respond to texts. I try not to respond to emails. I try not to be on a call. Sometimes it's unavoidable if you're doing it every single day, but I found that those days where I was not working and I was focusing on just the walk, maybe listening to music, maybe checking out the environment around me, maybe listening to a podcast, I became more creative. So many of my ideas from the last 2 years have come from walking. You know how sometimes you get these really great ideas in the shower, you are removed from your daily routine, your hands are busy, your mind is a little bit busy, you're not hyper focused on solving the problems that you have every single day. And because you're not so focused on what your daily routine is like, you're kind of removed from it, juices start to flow and you start to solve problems, right? You solve problems in the shower. Same thing was happening on my walks. I would solve problems, I would come up with really great ideas, and I just felt more creative overall from walking, which I think is awesome. And it's not something that is talked about a lot. So if you're finding you're stuck or you need to solve a problem, go for a walk. Go for a walk, give it a try, even just a 15-minute walk. And I highly recommend get outside. Get outside. I have done 100% of my walks in this last 2 years outside. Rain, snow, sleet, hail. I've walked in all of it. And there is no bad weather. There's just poor clothing choices. Even really windy days, just kind of cover things up. So I have also increased my overall gear when it comes to running. Time of day, I have lights, I have reflectors. So there's no bad gear, just no bad weather, just bad or poor choices for gear. So something that was really surprising was boosting my creativity. Problem solving was happening on walks, and I didn't expect that. Another surprising benefit, and again, I said I've walked outside every single day, was overall increase in energy. So it's sort of not well known, and I try to share this with clients. I try to share this on here, on Facebook, wherever. The more energy you use, the more energy you get. So if you are just sedentary and you're sitting, you're not getting any energy. And it sort of seems counterintuitive that by using energy, you're producing energy, but that's how it works. The more I was out and moving, the more steps I got, the more I was walking, the more I did that daily movement, the more energy I had. There was a period of time where I forgot to drink coffee. I just forgot. It wasn't something I was like, oh, I need a cup of coffee. And even now, I drink coffee because it's yummy and I want it. I don't need it anymore. And it's this daily source of vitamin D, this daily energy. By walking outside, I am overall moving more, have more steps, and more increased vitamin D and sunlight exposure. And oh my gosh, let me tell you, during the winter months, especially where I live in Maryland, it is so crucial to get more vitamin D in the winter because the days are shorter, it's cold. So I find the more I'm outside, and I usually will spend about an hour most every day walking, I find that little extra sliver of time outside when the sun is out has dramatically increased my energy and mood overall. So kind of a surprising benefit of walking every single day. Another one is reducing inflammation. So inflammation, I think, is just such a hot topic in the fitness world now, and it kind of has been for a while. There are all of these MLM products that will reduce inflammation and are great for food mapping and all of these different things. But honestly, I think walking really did that. And the way that I noticed that, I would take photos. So I took photos when I first started walking. I took a photo that day, and then I measured. I took a photo 15 days, 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, and saw my face become a little tighter. My overall physique got a little bit tighter. Just noticed that I wasn't feeling bloated. I didn't look puffy anymore. And that was a direct result. I mean, the only thing I really changed was that I was walking every single day. And other shifts were happening as a result of that. Because I was walking, and sometimes I would walk, if it was a beautiful summer day, I'd walk 3 times. I might do a run, I might do a walk with my dog, I might do a walk with my husband after dinner. And all of that extra walking meant that I wasn't sitting. It meant that I wasn't snacking. So all of these other benefits started to really compound because of that daily walking routine. So I know there are studies related to showcasing inflammation in the body and movement. And surprisingly, one of the easiest ways to combat inflammation is to walk. You're getting the blood to flow, you're not sitting, you're not snacking. So naturally, you're gonna reduce inflammation in the body. And I think that's a surprising, side effect of walking that you wouldn't maybe necessarily think about. Kind of related to that is weight management. People that walk more moderate pace, which, let's see, I know I wanted to look this up and make it absolutely exact. Moderate pace is a 2.5 to 4.2 mile per hour, according to the Harvard School of Public Health. That's considered a moderate pace. So not sort of just sauntering, getting a little bit of a heart rate increase. Maybe you're perspiring a little bit, not walking like you're walking your dog. I've made that comment before. Walking my dog is not my heart healthy walk. That is her walk, which is fine. I do another walk. If I'm walking my dog, I do a second walk, just myself. The walking intensity, if you're doing that 5 or so times a week, that's going to aid your weight management as well. So if you're looking to lower body fat, if you're looking to reduce weight, walking could be a gateway fitness tool for you if you have not explored that element. Now, again, I will say this until the end of time. It's very individualized. I'm not making a blanket statement saying that if you walk, you're gonna lose weight, because that would be wrong of me with my certifications as a personal trainer, as a group fitness instructor. I cannot make blanket statements like that. I can say from my own experience, I did lose weight walking every day. I have lost weight walking every day. I've seen those benefits happen. I've seen fat reduction. I've seen better, lower weight on the scale. I've seen lower inflammation. But again, those things vary from person to person. However, it has been proven, it has been shown through various studies that walking can be a gateway fitness tool for all of those things. Maybe you start with walking and maybe you move to something else. Walking every single day can put you in that healthy mindset, healthy habit mindset, where you are putting a portion of your day for yourself, where you are saying, I'm going to spend some time moving my body. And again, maybe you start with walking and that is your gateway fitness tool, and you eventually move to strength training, or you move to yoga, or you move to something else in that time slot. But generally, people that were taking at least 8,000 steps a day, are seeing significant changes in their overall weight, their body fat, and inflammation in the body. The last one that was surprising, and this also came from the Harvard School of Public Health, is a lower death rate. So, and again, I want to get this right. A study following about 5,000 men and women 40 years of age, which I think is important because people will say to me, well, I'm too old to get started. No. You are never too old to get started. Never, ever. Yesterday is the best day, and today is the second best day to start. So again, a study following about 5,000 men and women 40 years of age and older found that those taking at least 8,000 steps daily had, get ready for this, a 51% lower death rate from all causes compared to those taking 4,000 steps or fewer. So by doubling the national average, which is about 4,000 steps a day, to 8,000, you're already reducing your death rate by about 50%. I know, overall, depending on where you live, life expectancy has increased. We're living longer. What if you could live longer and live well longer by just walking? It's so simple, yet there are so many people that don't get more than 4,000 steps a day because your job is sedentary, you're sitting too much, whatever it is. If you could reduce your death rate by 50%, by just doubling how many steps you're getting a day, wouldn't you want to do that? Wouldn't you want to do that? I think that was just so mind-blowing to me that it could be that simple. It could be that simple. Walking of all things. And, I started my fitness professional career on dance fitness, and then I changed to do things at one point. I think HIIT took a really big high intensity interval training was like the it thing. Every single year or couple of years, there's a huge phenomenon when it comes to working out or fitness. And I like to follow the trends because that's what people want to do. That's what people want to see. And I know I got kind of a reputation as having really difficult classes. We even have shirts that say I feel personally victimized by Fit with Andra's workouts. But walking is accessible to so many people, and it is the first fitness modality that I will prescribe to a client. You want to make a change? Oh, are you walking? Let's start walking. Start walking. Maybe you can't do it every day for whatever reason, but start every other day. Add a little walk. Doesn't have to be for an hour. I worked up to an hour, but maybe you have 15 minutes during your lunch break. Maybe you have 15 minutes at the beginning of your day or at the end of your day. Maybe you can walk with a family member and make it even more social or enjoyable. But walking is going to, maybe if you're doing it outside, build your vitamin D. It's going to reduce inflammation, help you with weight management, lower your mortality rate, or extend your life a little bit longer. And it's going to be fun. It's going to boost your creativity. So walking. That is the first thing that I prescribe to any and all of my clients. I have the FWA Fit Club group that is all about walking, and we do monthly challenges every single month that you can just jump into. It's a free program. We just keep each other accountable for moving daily. I think you're going to see more benefits if you incorporate it into your daily life, but one step at a time. If you can do a couple of days a week, start there and then increase from there. There are just too many resources and tools and studies showing the benefits of walking that it's something that it's free. You don't need a membership to a gym or a club. You can most likely, in many cases, walk out your front door and walk around the block. Or if you work somewhere on a facility or a campus, or have a neighborhood surrounding your work, you can do it there. It doesn't have to be outdoors. You could walk indoors, but I think outdoors is fresh air and sunlight, vitamin D, and all of those things are also contributing to your walk. But it's something that, again, is so accessible to many, many people. It is a great gateway fitness tool. It can help you boost your creativity and your confidence. And I cannot speak highly enough about walking. And I know that is surprising to some fitness clients coming from me. Again, somebody who has a reputation of having difficult classes and fitness modalities, but I have seen more benefits from walking than any other fitness thing I've ever done. So I do it. I do it every day. I encourage clients to do it. It's the first thing that I'll ask when somebody wants to work with me, and I will prescribe it until the end of time. It's just, it has too many benefits to discount as a major fitness modality, and I want to see you start walking. So I encourage it. Again, feel free to join. I've got the FWA Fit Club on Facebook where we do monthly challenges. This month is 10,000 steps a day. Last month we did a 5K a day, and we've done, what's the most we've done? Is it 12K steps a day. I'm going to be hosting a 5 mile a day coming up soon, and it's more fun when you can incorporate it and join in with other people, keep each other accountable, check in with each other. I know, like on Apple Watch has the thing where you can kind of share it with friends. I don't do that, but I will share on Facebook, and I post it on Instagram and things like that. So it's a lot more fun when you can kind of incorporate it with other people. So I highly encourage it. I think there are some amazing benefits from walking. These were just 5 kind of surprising benefits that I encountered about walking, and I hope that you give it a try. So thank you so much for joining me this week for our chat. Go out and grab a walk. That's where I'm heading right now. I'm about to go out and get my second walk of the day and take my dog for a walk. And maybe I'll see you out there. And until then, be well.